that transparency thing, A.BCH is probably, you know, the most transparent brand out there in the world. Why did you take that stance of really like disclosing everything that is in your clothes, not only the fabric, but like, you know, we're talking about fabrics, but there's a lot more in garments than just the fabric. So why did you take that stance of disclosing everything and opening up your supply chain?
I think when I first started the journey, I had this idea to create a really different sort of company, and it was very much about the values and the culture. And then I started doing a lot of research into the sustainability side of things, and I realized it wasn't as simple as just being about fabrics. It went so much deeper than that. And I am a kind of all or nothing kind of gal, so I kind of went really extreme, and I was like, oh, I can't even use polyester thread. Like I can't use buttons, I can't use zippers. And I kind of went full extreme. And then it kind of became this, like, I guess, battle of like, oh, I'm going to have to make design sacrifices because of these things. And to kind of hold ourselves accountable to that mission, we decided to have a fully transparent company and be literally an open book, one for the education side, which I mentioned before, but also so that we didn't just kind of cut corners down the track when it was all getting too hard, because we all know that that happens. And so it's been like a self accountability more than anything, really. And I think it's great. I think more businesses should do that, and businesses shouldn't create products that they don't want to take responsibility for. I think that's just the simple truth of it.
Yeah. And it's very interesting also because I think it also becomes a way of making the buyers more curious, making the consumer more curious when you start like opening up all your supply chain and like seeing like, this is what goes into our garments, this is what goes into other people's garments, start asking questions, no? And I think that's one of the reflections that I want to close with, that is, again, we are also very firm believers in individual change, and as consumers, we can buy better from brands like A.BCH that are really, you know, putting their values first and designing in a way that embraces the environment. But we can also demand change from companies, and all this comes to what Kate and Beatrice said, that is that the more one change, the more commercially viable it is for companies to champion these models. And, you know, some companies care about values, some others just care about what's, you know, like giving more financial returns, but we have the leverage to drive that.